very good evening, everybody. Welcome on into HSN. I am so thrilled that we get to start the night with Mr. Andrew Lessman by saying happy 24th anniversary, Andrew. Congratulations.
I hardly feel like I'm 24 years old.
So I was obviously looking at this. I mean, we're saying 1996 is when you arrived at HSN, but of course, prior to that, you're on our sister channel QVC, right?
I was on QVC for about 6 years. So in January, it will actually be 30 straight years on QVC and at HSN. So it literally seems like only yesterday.
And we've got an image.
It's remarkable.
We've got a picture. Andrew, look at this. Oh, the winning combination. How true is that? You've not changed a bit.
No, that picture was me more than 30 years ago. How funny is that?
Well, it's a great testament to the products, let me tell you. And tonight, Andrew, obviously we're going to start this first hour with a discovery, a journey into some of the great assortment that are available on HSN. And obviously at midnight, we get to our two today's specials, giving everybody a chance to order them right now if you'd like. CoQ10 and Choco Nouveau, two big ones.
Well, CoQ10 is our most popular Today Special every year since we introduced it. And I actually introduced CoQ10 as an ingredient 36 years ago. It's a relatively sort of newfangled ingredient for most companies the last, say, 5 to 7 years or so. But as I said, we started with CoQ10 36 years ago. I might sound like I'm bragging, but we probably know CoQ10 better than anyone else. It's why our formula has evolved to be what it's become, that it's not just a CoQ10 formula, but you have to respect the chemistry, the biochemistry of CoQ10 in your body. So you need to make sure you give it other ingredients. It doesn't make it less important by providing it with other ingredients. It makes the formula more comprehensive. And actually, these other ingredients sort of recognize how important CoQ10 is, because the more important something is, the more it bears on different chemistry in your body. So the more relationships it has. So we make sure that none of those relationships are left unexplored or unsupported. So CoQ10 delivers more benefits, better benefits than any other formula. Our CoQ10 is the best in the world. It's easy to swallow, won't upset your stomach, a full 200 milligrams, and you get free vitamin D. Yeah. So it's an amazing opportunity, free B12, vitamin C. So for the times we're living in now, there's no better, more comprehensive CoQ10 formula in the world.
And Andrew, I have to ask you about this because one of the things that you and I have been discussing over the past 12 to 18 months is the price of CoQ10 exponentially going up. I was really thrilled to see our values today for the Today Special.
No, if we look at this time last year, CoQ10 hasn't gone up by 10, 20, or 50%. It's gone up by about 500 or 600%. So again, it just underscores the value you get today for the best CoQ10. And it's an opportunity to do something very important for your cardiovascular system, for your brain. There's research on the aging brain, on the aging cardiovascular system, on the immune system, which we all are focusing now, and certainly with vitamin D and B12 and B complex and vitamin C. It really is an immune supports product as well.
There's so many wonderful reviews and so many wonderful comments, sense of well-being, feeling more focused, having more pep in your step, certainly feeling that energy. If you're tired every day and you're reaching for the sugary drinks, you're looking for more caffeine, this is the way to go. As Andrew mentioned, you can do it just CoQ10 alone, or you can do it with vitamin D3. You could do 1,000 IU or 2,000 IU. Most people, I would imagine, would go for the vitamin D3 option because it's essentially, it's free, right, Andrew?
It is free, and this product has evolved from, originally I made a pure CoQ10 product, then recognizing how CoQ10 worked as the most important key ingredient for energy production, but most people also lack the other key ingredients. We made sure that all the other components for energy production, the B complex vitamins, our special natural form of B12 that you won't find in typical store-bought vitamins, it's all there, plus our special 5-MTHF, 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate folic acid, which is the form of folic acid that everyone could use. Most folic acid, many people, including me, struggle to absorb. So it is the most unique B complex B12 supplement in the world, blended with 200 milligrams of the best CoQ10 in the world, blended with your choice of 1,000 or 2,000 IU of vitamin D3. All of those things are free, and you get this wonderful CoQ10. So we'll speak about this at midnight, but There's nothing like it. I have all sorts of great science and charts, and we'll go through some reviews, but it's a great opportunity. Once a year we do this, and then it goes up to a more normal price.
And folks, don't forget, if you want to order the pricing, you know, just to show you representing the 1000 IU of D3, look, the 500 caps, which is a unique size for this day only, would be $500. If you're able to order, it's $189.90, save over $300. 5 flex pay, free shipping and handling, so lots of excitement there if you'd like to order CoQ10. Let's go over this way though. That's today's special number 1. We have another today's special, and it just so happens to be yummy and scrumptious and good for you. It's decadent gourmet chocolate like you've never tasted before. It's dark chocolate that is not bitter but is creamy. And it's also a dark chocolate that is inherently much better for you. If you want to lower your cholesterol, Andrew, this was a wonderful labor of love, and when you achieve this, really first of its kind anywhere.
Well, it's one of those things that even friends of mine, when I talk to them about Choco Nouveau, and I say it's the best chocolate in the world, they talk about all its benefits in terms of its cardiovascular benefits, lowering total cholesterol, significantly lowering LDL cholesterol. And they assume it's a healthy chocolate. It's just going to be kind of yucky, but it's still chocolate. And then when they get the chocolate home and they say, it is the best dark chocolate they've ever tasted, bar none, then they finally believe me. And that's the same for the reviews. Dark chocolate is not the most popular chocolate in America. Milk chocolate is, white chocolate is. So the fact that our dark chocolate, if you look at the reviews, over 90% of the reviews are positive. I think about 70+% are 5-star reviews for dark chocolate, and that's in America. First, I chose the best dark chocolate in terms of the American kind of palate, the American taste buds. Americans, unlike, say, Europeans, we like a chocolate that's rich but not bitter. Europeans like a more bitter chocolate with a bite. So we started with a rich dark chocolate, not bitter. And then when we combined it with this special, unique cholesterol-lowering ingredient, it transformed it into the texture of milk chocolate without the fat. And also the sugar in this product, per calorie, if you had blueberries or celery, you'd have more sugar calories in 25 calories of celery than you'd have in Choco Nouveau. So there's nothing like it. And it doesn't lower cholesterol 1 or 2%. It lowers cholesterol 10, 15, 20% or more if you also hopefully make some other dietary changes. So it is truly the best tasting chocolate in the world. And it also is the most heart healthy chocolate in the world. So it's absolutely unique, and it's the best pricing of the year. And it just came back. It goes away for 6 months because it's so melt in your mouth that in the summer, it'll melt in the package. So we make it go away in summer. So it's been gone since April, and it's only now back today.
I already ordered mine before I went live on air tonight, everyone. I always have some for fall and winter because, you know, it's cold outside. You kind of hibernate inside. You want a little delicious treat. You're going to love Choco Nouveau. Pricing is phenomenal. Again, the best of the year, 30, 60, 180, or the 360 servings. When you go to the gourmet chocolate store in the mall, when we used to go to the mall, you know how expensive they could be. Well, you're looking at
$1 or
nearly
$2.
300. Yeah, exactly, precisely. And it adds up real fast.
For a square.
Yeah.
And these are, I think, what does this come to? So this is about 40 cents a square. And the typical gourmet chocolates are going to be $1 or $2 a square. And they don't include the cholesterol lowering ingredient, which is even more expensive than the chocolate. So that's what an exceptional value this is. And you only take 1 square with, say, 2 meals a day, or you could take 1 square with each meal if you choose to, and that's going to give you a substantial reduction in total and LDL cholesterol. You could read the reviews. They not only speak about the great flavor, they also speak about the significant and unexpected reductions in total and LDL cholesterol.
And Andrew, really fascinating. We've got to move on, but we have the Choco Nouveau Cafe available as well.
That has become everyone's favorite. And we tried all sorts of sophisticated ways to make this. And eventually what I did at home is I used a little coffee grinder, used a little push down, grind the coffee, and ground up the coffee, blended it in with the chocolate, and it worked perfectly. So of course we don't use a little coffee grinder in the factory. We do it a more appropriate and economical and fashion for the volume. But it has a little crunch to it, but it takes our rich dark chocolate and it gives you that little bit of coffee flavor, just a little bit. It's about 10% coffee by weight. and it has an insignificant amount of caffeine. We're talking about maybe 3 or 4 or 5 milligrams of caffeine, where a cup of coffee is over 100 milligrams of caffeine. So insignificant caffeine, but it's remarkable. It's delicious, and I hope everyone tries it.
More to come at midnight tonight, so stay with us for that. We'll certainly dive into a lot more of the features and facts and benefits of both the CoQ10 and our Choco Nouveau. For the rest of this hour, we'd love to take you on a journey into some of Andrew's other best-selling items. First of all, we're going to do one of the 2 monthly specials, and that being Essential Omega-3. Up and down this great country, people every single day go to the store or the big box store and they buy an omega-3 product. Many of us have, of course, tried one and not been happy. We didn't like the taste. We didn't like the fishy aftertaste. We didn't like the size. Little did we know that the form of omega we were taking was perhaps not even the best for us. Andrew's omega-3 is a beloved selection on HSN. Andrew, I'll say this a lot tonight, and I say it because it's true. This is so significantly different to the majority, if not all, that you find in the marketplace.
Well, it's, you said, perhaps the ones you see in stores are not the best forms. It's not perhaps, unfortunately. The ones you see in stores, most products are ethyl esters, which are synthetic. So yes, it's fish oil, but they transform it into a chemically synthetic form that your body then has to transform back into the natural triglyceride form. We deliver ours in the natural form, the triglyceride form. Then the most important of the omega-3s, two-thirds of the weight of your brain, that's the principal omega-3 in our product. So ours is all natural. It delivers the most important omega-3, which in most cases would literally double the cost of the product. So we do all of these things differently, but then I've realized, even if I make the perfect omega-3 product in terms of the science, in terms of its bioavailability, meaning how well your body can use it, if that product still had a fishy aftertaste or upset your stomach or wasn't easy to swallow, I failed. So I had to make a product that not only delivered the benefits you sought, but also delivered it without problems. And that was the really hard part. The easy part scientifically is deciding which materials we get. It's expensive to do so. We had to go and get all of our omega-3s custom made for us. The ones you see in stores are just industrial commodity omega-3s. So all of those omega-3s had to be custom produced for us. But then the difficult part was making sure it had no fishy aftertaste, didn't repeat on you. And that took over a decade to figure out. And as you're looking right there, that little capsule on the right, that little capsule is about half their size, and it delivers about 50% more omega-3. Crazy. Plus mine is natural, theirs is not. Mine delivers the DHA you want because that's your brain, your eyes, your heart. So ours is, it's the little pill, but it's like, what is it, the little engine that could? Ours is truly different in delivering the benefits you seek and making it an enjoyable experience. Most people I know I talk to about omega-3s or multivitamins, you just sort of grin and bear them. Right. You tolerate them because your doctor said you need them. And omega-3s, we all need them. If we're not getting them by eating fatty fish every day, we need them. Our body cannot make them by their very scientific definition. That's not my definition, that's the scientific definition. And if we're not getting them, there are consequences, whether to our cardiovascular system, our eyes, our brain. 2/3 of the dry weight of our brain is the principal omega-3 that we focus on in this product. And as much as they're concentrated in the brain, they're even more concentrated in your eye. So there's no escaping the essential nature of these products. If you don't get my product, try to find the best one you can. But as a monthly special today, it's the best pricing we have other than a Today Special. And this won't be a Today Special for at least until the middle of next year. Right. So it's not going to be a Today Special in the next 3, 4, 5 months at all. So it's a great opportunity to get great savings. So good for you. Brain, eye, heart health. That's why so many of us have wanted to take a great omega product. Try Andrew's. One of the things that I read so often in the reviews on hsn.com is Andrew's products are better, significantly more comprehensive, certainly more pure, more natural, more real and authentic, but they're also not more expensive. It's not like you're being charged a premium as our monthly special pricing showcases. You can do a 30 caps, a 60 caps, a 180 or a 360. Let's jump right down to here, because already selling 5 to 1 is the 360 caps. When the monthly special is over, it goes to $159.90.
If you're able to order at the moment, you get it for $89.90, saving you $70, saving nearly as much as you're spending. None of the hardships that you've experienced with other Omega products are going to be the same here. No mercury or aftertaste, as we said, no contaminants, all the things that we don't want to be having. And Andrew, just to your point, the very fact that it's a smaller capsule, the fact that it's not this giant horse pill, as it were, makes all the difference in the world.
I couldn't, in good conscience, literally, I couldn't sleep at night knowing I was making a product like that. Plus, I read the reviews, and the only reason I get to read good reviews on this product is that that's my goal. If we have a product, and occasionally we do, where the reviews aren't perfect, it bothers me, and we go back to work. This is a product that, despite it being omega-3 product, which is difficult to start with to make a product that will please people, almost 90% of the reviews are 5-star reviews. I think about 85% are 5-star, and about 96% are positive. And that's an accomplishment for any product. It's truly an accomplishment for an omega-3 product. And when you look at it from the perspective of me, the manufacturer, which is unique, most companies don't make their omega-3s, they're made by a contract manufacturer. It's a difficult task that took probably the first, I've had an omega-3 product for over 40 years. It took probably the first 20 years for me to figure out not how to make a great omega-3 product, but to how to make a omega-3 product that you would love. That it's one thing, as I said before, to follow the science and meet the science. It's a whole nother thing to make sure that it's going to be a pleasant experience. And that took about 20 years. But now we've been doing it for about 20 years in a fashion that there's no stomach upset, there's no fishy aftertaste. All there is are the wonderful benefits that this ingredient, this essential ingredient, fundamental ingredient that we must have, and the typical American diet does not deliver. So it's something that I'm very proud that we make doing something healthy so enjoyable.
You can shop online at hsn.com, or of course, call us on the toll-free number. I'm going to head over this way as we continue to celebrate Andrew's 24th anniversary. And folks, I have to tell you, this next item has got to be, apart from our today's specials, the pick of the night for me. Andrew was on the open house show, which I do every Monday at 9 p.m. this past Monday, and the most popular item of the 3 hours was this, and you'll see why. Resveratrol, quite simply one of the most important anti-aging molecules out there, is back. I know it's been a long while since it's been a today's special. Folks, I want to instantly draw your attention to something. The reason why we have sold thousands is because Andrew, in the best possible way, went a little bit crazy, and we love it because the pricing is $59.90 for 360 caps. Resveratrol is not inexpensive. The normal price will be $159.90, so it saves you $100. Andrew, this is a moment, I love it when we do things like this. This is such an irresistible value on a product, on a supplement that so many people want.
No, these are the moments I enjoy too. That obviously the last 8-9 months, we've all been dealing with unprecedented times, and so certainly I try my best always to find silver linings in what has been a bit of a dark cloud for all of us, and this is one of those silver linings. Certain raw materials for us have become more affordable. This is one that has, and because typically resveratrol, it's a very expensive raw material, and it has very expensive pricing. So this is an opportunity to get this incredibly important molecule and to get it at an unprecedented price, to be able to save $100 on the large size. So basically, it's a product now that becomes a little more than a dime a capsule. And as I always say, my goal when I make products is to make them as cheap or inexpensive as possible. And my goal always is to get as close to a dime a capsule as possible. Capsules are more expensive because they're easier on your stomach, easier to swallow. They deliver the ingredients more directly to you. We don't use any additives. So to think that an expensive molecule like resveratrol from Polygonum cuspidatum, literally the equivalent of hundreds of glasses of wine, to think that it's become this affordable. And even today, just a couple of hours ago before I came and to do this, I was reading the research on resveratrol, because every time I do shows, we just aggregate all the research from the last just 2 or 3 years. And the amount of research that's come out on resveratrol, not just in terms of brain or skin health or things like that, but research even in how helps your body emulate the benefits of, say, fasting, in terms of fasting being an anti-aging process.
Right.
So from a biochemical standpoint, the list of benefits of this protective molecule, and it's an incredibly simple protective molecule, that list keeps getting longer and longer and longer, whether they're talking about cardiovascular benefits, whether they're talking about helping to support healthy blood sugar metabolism or healthy blood pressure metabolism and management. The list just keeps getting longer. And to think that the product is now a little bit more than a dime a capsule makes me very excited to talk about this product, much more so than when I talk about it when it's 30 or 40 cents a capsule.
Well, we have approaching now 1,000 people placing orders. It is obviously and clearly the most popular item so far in the show, other than our today's specials. If you can, you should really get it. I know we've heard a lot about Resveratrol, truly a beauty secret, one of the most important beauty secrets out there. Amy Morrison on the Beauty Report often talks about Resveratrol. If you look at the pricing, you'll see why 1,000 people are ordering. If we jump right, and we might as well, we jump right to the 360, it's only $59.90, saving you $100. We always take great pride in offering great values with Andrew's team and HSN partnering, as we have now for 24 years. But this is one of those truly unique opportunities. You don't see this type of deal every day of the week.
Yes, and when you look at molecules that have been given the sort of the attention, a lot of times, or ingredients, a lot of times they end up being sort of, as they say, a flash in the pan. But Resveratrol is something that I first included in my products about 25 years ago. And kind of like turmeric and the curcuminoids found in turmeric, the spice from Asia, from India, this is one of those molecules, one of those ingredients that the scientific community, the medical community, only continues to focus on more. So it's one of those things, usually when that happens, and it has with Resveratrol, the pricing only gets worse and worse and worse. This is just a nice opportunity, and we weren't planning on doing a monthly special. In fact, this wasn't even on the schedule for today's special, and usually it's a today's special every 2 or 3 years. But this is the best pricing ever, so it's effectively today's special pricing for the monthly special. I just thought we'd take advantage of the fact that we were able to get this remarkable molecule at such an affordable price. And as I started saying before, some things as a result of what's been going on in the world right now, usually it's sort of negative things associated with it. Every once in a while, there's some positive things, and the ability for us to get our Resveratrol at a much better price, a much better cost. That's the silver lining that sometimes nice to focus on.
And it really is a silver lining. I always, try and share with everybody, because we're, doing this every day of the week, 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. There's a lot of great things that we share and show off. This is something, if I could put it top of the list of this week, I really would do. Resveratrol for under $60 for the largest size is extraordinary. Remember, everything that we're going to share with you tonight with Andrew comes with our extended return policy as well. So you have till the end of January of 2021 to see what you think. Has it made a difference to you? Has it made an impact in your life in a positive way? If you don't love it, of course you can return it to us. And Andrew, that's important, I know, for you and for me.
No, I feel good. What's interesting is I've always asked HSN, let's extend the warranty all the time. When we have this extended warranty at the end of the return policy, end of the year, our returns don't go up at all. So it's something that I really enjoy because I only want you to keep a product if it makes an enormous difference. And by the way, I just want to point out how unique the plant that we get our Resveratrol from. We all know that grapes and red wine is a very rich source of Resveratrol. But the 100 milligrams that's in this product, that's from a standardized extract from Polygonum cuspidatum, that's a mouthful. It's the Japanese knotweed plant, but the root from that plant is like the richest gold mine in the world when it comes to Resveratrol. So the equivalent, this little capsule, and it is a tiny little capsule, that little tiny capsule gives you the equivalent of hundreds of glasses of red wine. And it probably, if you were thinking in terms of white wine, probably thousands of glasses of white wine, or hundreds of pounds of peanuts. If you look at a great source of Resveratrol, so nothing comes close to the Polygonum cuspidatum plant, and that's the wonderful rich source we use in this product.
It is available right now to shop for online or, of course, on the phone. Coming up in about 35 minutes, our today's specials will officially launch, CoQ10 and Choco Nouveau. But we want to move on to something which is very timely. Theanine launched a little earlier this year, and it quickly has become a big favorite online at hsn.com. We are obviously all experiencing a crazy year, that's for certain, right? Our stress levels are elevated with everything that's going on. And for some of us, you know, it's hard to deal with. If you're looking for natural relief that can help soothe you and relax you, but without any drowsiness, theanine is a wonderful way to go. I ordered mine the day that Andrew launched this. And Andrew, you sold me on it instantly when we talked about it initially, because as you said, derived from that same ingredient that we love in green tea.
And I just realized I had some other charts for this product that I don't know if you have the reviews there, because they sent them to me here. I'll have them with me tomorrow, but I encourage everyone to read the reviews online. But theanine is really, it's a product for the times. And the reason why it's a product for the times, because it really helps us deal with stress, but at the same time, it also enhances focus. So usually when we're doing something that helps relax us, that helps us deal with stress and the issues we're encountering, usually when we do that, it knocks us out. We lose focus, we can't work effectively. This is a capsule that I take, not for stress, that I take because it's a wonderful opportunity to just enhance focus. So it's a natural amino acid. So it's a naturally occurring molecule, and it's something that I just wish. I just was reading the reviews, and the reviews are really remarkable. The reviews are fantastic, so I encourage you to read them. But this is it comes today. We're at the beginning of October, so you have until the end of January to experiment with, to see how it works for you. But if this time that we're all experiencing, which is truly unprecedented. It's maybe we'd have to go back 100 years to find times similar to this. Right. And then there's so many other factors, no matter what side of the fence you're on. Politically, this is a highly politically charged time. There's so much economic stress that we're going on now. So it's whether it's economic stress, whether it's personal stress, whether it's family stress, whether it's political stress, it seems like life is just a little bit heavier than it has been in the past. And this is a wonderful natural tool that Mother Nature delivers to us, that instead of knocking us out, because knocking yourself out is not any way, because when you wake up from being knocked out, everything is still there. So if something just helps you cope better, but also helps you focus, because sometimes the best way to get through things is being able to focus on whatever it is that's right in front of you. And for me, that's what theanine truly does. And it's a great tool for me if I need to write something. Sometimes you just get writer's block and you just don't want to sit down and do it. This really enables me to do that.
I think the word, Andrew, you just used is so appropriate. There's a heaviness right now, and there has been throughout the majority of this year. And if you're looking for that natural relief where, you know, sometimes when you feel overwhelmed, it is hard to focus. Things get on top of you. With this, it helps to put things back into balance, and you do seem to focus better. I'd love for you to try it. I think the reviews are, and I'm glad Andrew mentioned it, because they really are compelling. A product that launched that really has been so well received. Pricing it's an invaluable product, and it's very affordable. $61.80 or the $360. That's what the price normally is. Andrew's here, so we've got special pricing. $54.90 is the largest size 360 cap, saving you $25. Again, 3 flex and free shipping and handling. If you don't love it, if it doesn't work for you, you can return it to us. Or maybe you're buying this for somebody you know, that you live with, somebody that you love, somebody that you know would benefit from this. I mean, Andrew, we all deal with and manage stress in different ways, but this is it's a valuable find, is what this is, that really can be priceless.
We all deal with stress. What I often say, perspective is a wonderful lens through which we look through stress, because some people can handle stress with grace and calm. But truly, I think this year, for even the best of us, it's challenging. Yes. So theanine, it just was coincidental that earlier this year we introduced it. I think we introduced it in February of this year, which we also know what got introduced to us in February of this year. So I think it was a timely product And it's a fun opportunity to try, because I think most of us think the only way to kind of calm down and lower the energy level is with something that kind of knocks us out. And this is just the opposite of that. It reduces that sort of, for me, that stress energy level, and does so by enhancing your focus. It's sort of a calm, relaxed focus, which is what hopefully we all seek.
Thank you for your calls on this one. We're going to keep on rolling. It's 1/2 already, which means that we are 30 minutes away from our today's specials launching. CoQ10, one of the biggest ones, certainly one of the favorites of the year, is coming up at midnight, as well as Choco Nouveau, the world's most delicious chocolate that's also heart healthy. We want to move on, though, to talk about your feet and your legs. Because if you've got tired feet, if you've got swollen calves and heavy legs, and you just don't like the feeling, you don't like the way your legs look, a lot of people write off the fact that there's any way to help improve the situation. And when you don't have, you know, a great feeling in your legs, your feet, your calves, then you lose motivation on a daily basis. It's not good. I say it every time, and I'll say it every day I do the show. This is the one product that my mom will never be without whenever she comes to visit us in America. Of course, she's not been for the past year because of the situation, but she always takes some of Andrew's circulation and vein support home with her. She swears by it. Not only does she feel better with Andrew's product, but she swears blind that her legs look better and are improved. She was always very self-conscious about them. I know she always gets mad when I talk about it, but it's the truth. And I think it's important that when something works for us, we need to pass it on and share that message, which is why there are so many reviews on circulation and vein support. Andrew, over 2,500 perfect 5 stars.
And I think that the reviews, I think that's about 85% of the reviews. So there are a lot of 5-star reviews, but they're not just the majority, but they're the substantial majority of the reviews. And this is another product that if you look at positive reviews, it's over 95% of the reviews are positive reviews. And one of the more consistent things you see in the reviews is folks don't expect a natural product like this, entirely natural ingredients, to deliver the kinds of dramatic, either visible benefits or benefits in how their legs feel. And our legs, the circulation of our legs, it's challenged. I don't care how healthy you are. The aging process, if we're overweight or obese, if we have any issues with blood sugar or blood pressure, these just enhance the challenges that even the most perfect, healthy person in the world, their blood vessels in their legs will be challenged as they get older. So this is a product that just responds to that challenge, responds naturally. It was a remarkable product when I introduced it about a quarter of a century ago, 25 years ago. Wow. It is 10 times better today even than it was then. The key ingredient, diosmin, we've granulated, we've modified its just physical structure such that it's even more bioavailable to you. We've then added butcher's broom extract. We've added horse chestnut extract. We added hesperidin. We increased the levels of diosmin as well. So we've taken it from being really a single ingredient product that was remarkable to improving how well we deliver that single ingredient, which is the most important ingredient. And then we've added 2 other ingredients that have the same abundant clinical science. And this is not something that's a natural ingredient with no science. This has rigorous clinical science. So it's a product that when you take advantage of, say, the next almost 90 days of a money-back guarantee period, you have clinical science supporting that entire experiment that you're going to get to do at home.
And the value is wonderful. Again, special pricing is available if you'd like to order today. You can choose one of the different sizes. There's a 30, there's a 60, there's also the 180 or 360. If I jump to the 2 larger ones, I mean, look, normally $79 and $130. Here it's less than $55 and less than $90. Although if my mom was here, she'd tell you that the pricing was irrelevant. It could be any price and she'd still want it because of what it's done for her and how it has made her feel. To quote my mom, it has made her feel younger. That's always the way she talks about it, right? Not only in the appearance, but in the feeling. Because Andrew, it really is. You talk about feel a difference. It's a feel the difference product.
I need to meet your mom. I was a year ago, before all this started, I was in London. I should have met your mom and delivered a bottle of circulation.
That would have made her day, if not her year, Andrew. Next time.
Next time. But I was going to read just a couple of reviews quickly before the clock runs out, if we could. I haven't read any reviews at all. So we'll just read some quickly here. Can't be without it. I was skeptical when I first ordered the circulation vein support supplement, but within a week, this is a product that goes to work very quickly. I saw the swelling on my ankles, which was always an embarrassment, almost disappear. I also don't seem to suffer from any leg cramps anymore. That's one of the most common things we hear about at night, leg cramps. I'm on my second order and will not be without this ever, from Mickey in Delaware. I love this product. I can really feel the difference in my legs when I use this product every day. I had to run out of this once and noticed a big difference in my legs and feet. So I always make sure to have this circulating vein support on hand. Oh my goodness, amazing results in no time. Andrew hit it out of the park again. I'll be taking these the rest of my life. Within a few days, I could feel an amazing difference in my legs and feet and no more swelling or cramps at all. I'm 72 years old, work from home, and sit in a computer chair 8 to 10 hours a day, which used to cause cramps and swelling in my feet and legs. Thanks to circulation vein support, all the symptoms I had are gone, and I'll be taking these for the rest of my life for sure. Thanks, Andrew and HSN, for a product that truly delivers. From Nikki in California, and that might seem like the most amazing review we could have, but we probably have another couple of thousand, and I'm not exaggerating, that are just as inspired and just as compelling. So I think it's worth a try. And again, you have an unconditional money-back guarantee until the end of January.
So busy, so excited to see a response like this tonight. All of our products popular. Of course, midnight brings with it the launch of CoQ10 and Choco Nouveau, 2 today's specials. We're going this way for our next item. If you're new to HSN, and Andrew, so many people are new every day. You know, I always miss you being here, but I'm so thrilled you can join us live on Skype.
It was funny, I sort of feel like I should get up and walk across the studio with you. I miss our normal little walk, and usually when I'm on with Colleen, she always takes her heels off and then puts her heels back on for the walk across. So it's just sort of weird doing this, you know, sitting in a chair from home, but hopefully the world will begin to become a bit more normal for all of us in the months to come. Indeed, here, that's for sure. As they say, from my lips to God's ears. Right?
Without doubt. Well, we're getting there. We're getting through it the best we possibly can. And hopefully spending a little bit of time with Andrew tonight is making everybody feel better. It does me. I love my time with Andrew because ultimately these are products that help improve the quality of our lives, right? That's, Andrew, what you were always about. It's efficacy, it's purity, unsurpassed.
And unfortunately, the products that my industry puts out are typically, and glucosamine chondroitin is a very good example, they're not just inferior, but they're made with a complete disregard of the science. It is clear science. I have the scientific charts here if I stand up and grab them, but I'll just explain the charts that talk about the fact that the only proven and tested form of glucosamine is glucosamine sulfate. And we've heard of glucosamine sulfate. But what the typical product does that you find in a store or a discount store, even pharmacies, is they kind of sneak in another form. It looks the same. It almost sounds the same. It's glucosamine hydrochloride, though, instead of glucosamine sulfate. So, of course, on the front of the label, it'll say glucosamine. So you have every reason to believe it's glucosamine sulfate, but it's not. So unfortunately, the majority of glucosamine-based products does not include the form of glucosamine that the science says you should take. And I have all sorts of journal quotes here that talk about the first line of defense for our joints, and these is from medical journals for doctors even, giving them recommendations, starts with glucosamine sulfate, and that make sure to recommend that your patients get glucosamine sulfate and not glucosamine hydrochloride, because the glucosamine sulfate has been the subject of rigorous scientific testing, but the glucosamine hydrochloride has not. So that's the science. Unfortunately, I think when companies get busy selling their products that in most cases they do not make, others make for them, they forget about the science and they get on awfully busy just about selling. So for me, if the science compels a decision, that is the only decision I can make. So not only do we give you glucosamine sulfate in its proper form, but the chondroitin we give you, rather than the typical sodium chondroitin, which most of us would rather consume less sodium if we have a choice. It favors healthier blood pressure. So we use calcium chondroitin. So you get a bonus of a little bit of calcium, but most importantly, you avoid the sodium, which you don't want to be taking care of your joints and at the same time doing something adverse in terms of your blood pressure. So that's, unfortunately, that kind of discussion goes for virtually every product we make when you compare it to the similar products that are found in the marketplace.
Well, there's over 1,000 five-star reviews. Let's read a couple, because this is really the telltale right here. Look at the reviews. I'll read them with you, and understand people are not shy. They really want to tell their story. This one from Jerry in New York, life-changing. This is my desert island choice. I would never, ever be without this supplement, as it literally saved my knees 5 years ago. Let me be clear. This is nothing like the supplements you get at the drugstore. This is the sulfate form, which is more expensive, and in my opinion, the only form that actually helps your joints. Thanks, Andrew. Andrew was just saying just that a few seconds ago. Kathy says, I wish I could give it 6 stars. This product is very deserving of 5 stars. At the age of 73, I find it gives me the freedom to walk the city, which I do every day. It also lets me climb stairs. Yes, I said stairs, without difficulty. Thanks, Andrew, for telling us why your product is superior to the average product on the market, worth every penny at this cost. One more from Crystal. She says, it works. My husband has taken this for about 2 years. He has joint discomfort. He was taking another brand with the same ingredients. We ran out of the Andrew Lessman version, and he said, no big deal, I have some from the other brand left. About a week later, he kept complaining about how much discomfort he was in. He only takes 2 capsules a day, one in the morning and one in the evening. I ordered a bottle right away, and within days of receiving, he was feeling better. When he's experiencing more discomfort, he takes an extra capsule. Andrew, we hear that a lot from folks who at some stage might run out of their supply and they might go to a different brand, but they quickly realize that they're not all made the same way.
No, it's the folks who make ordinary products would like you to believe that all vitamins are created equal, and then it just becomes a pricing battle. All vitamins are not created equal. That's why I manufacture. Most vitamins are not, when you see them, it's not the manufacturer that you're getting them from. They've been manufactured by a contract manufacturer that just uses whatever raw materials they can. Everything we do when it comes to making your product is all focused on making it a unique experience that delivers the benefits. And you look at typical joint products online and they get bad reviews. This is a product, another product that once again has well over 90% positive reviews. And it's directly related to how we go about choosing its materials and manufacturing it. It won't upset your stomach, which other glucosamine products can. They can be highly sensitizing to the stomach. Mine will never upset your stomach.
All natural, all pure, and all validated by science and the research, always evolving, right? The products are always changing, Andrew. Right. Nothing ever stands still.
No, if there's an opportunity to improve a product, and those opportunities come quite often. I look at some of the multivitamins on the market, they haven't changed for decades. Right. I probably make changes. We don't make a big deal out of it, but we probably make changes almost every year to our key products. So, and that's your assurance that you're always getting the best that the natural ingredients, the science, and our production technology will permit.
Well, we love talking about turmeric, and that's where we're going next. Always a popular topic, always much discussion, always much research. Rarely do you find an ingredient with such wide-ranging benefits. If you've heard about turmeric and you've always been intrigued or curious about what turmeric can do for you, Andrew, I know we always say it, but it's an interesting read online. If you simply Google turmeric and benefits of, that'll keep you up all night long.
Well, even if you go to the National Institute of Health, PubMed, PubMed.gov, you go to a scientific database and you just put in turmeric and, or curcumin and, what you see is just remarkable, the volume of science. And I had forgotten that I put turmeric in this hour when I was talking about resveratrol earlier and talking about a natural ingredient that wasn't a flash in the pan, that decades later, just more and more science keeps rolling in, validating its benefits. It applies to resveratrol. It certainly applies to turmeric, which turmeric, in terms of a food, a spice, it is, as I say about cranberry, it's the poster child for a natural ingredient that went from a traditional star to being a scientific and medical validated star. So, and also the way we deliver it, and that beautiful color, and you'll have that orange on your hands until you wash your hands at them. But that beautiful color, we take the best standardized extract of turmeric in the world. And then it gets specially blended with phospholipids, because phospholipids enhance its absorption by thousands of %. So turmeric, its big problem is difficult absorption. Great benefits, but hard to absorb it. But if you use a trick out of Mother Nature's playbook, really the Indian cookbook, because they always use turmeric when they cook, and when they cook with fat, turmeric naturally gets its absorption enhanced. So that is exactly what we do. We use a natural process to naturally enhance the absorption of turmeric so you get its wonderful benefits. And what are the benefits? From detoxifying your liver to supporting your brain to, most importantly, I think folks look at it for its general soothing role, whether to the gastrointestinal system or, most importantly, right after talking about glucosamine chondroitin, most importantly, its soothing benefits to our joints, especially our aging joints. It's sort of Mother Nature's natural soothing remedy for our joints.
Let's take a look at what people are saying about turmeric and what it's done for them and what they feel about it. These are reviews from our hsn.com website. This first one starts out, really helps with my joints. Last year, my doctor suggested that I add turmeric to my daily regimen of vitamins to help relieve some of the joint discomfort in my hands. I tried this immediately and could really tell a difference. I actually ran out of the capsules before I realized that I was going to, and it ended up being about a month before I got my new supply. During that lapse, I could feel the stiffness and soreness return. Needless to say, I will watch my supply of these much more closely now. Next one says, no more stiff hands. I just received my second shipment of this product. It's just great. The first few days of taking this supplement, I began to feel relief from my joint discomfort in my hands. I will continue to use it for this purpose. Nothing else I have tried can give me comfort. I highly recommend it if you have stiff hands and fingers. Waking up in the mornings with no discomfort is so worth adding this one to your daily routine. One last one. Great product. Everything I purchase from Andrew works. I am 73 as of last week, and yet I feel better than I did 30 years ago. Wow. I attribute it to good genes, the look of the Irish, my vegan diet, exercise, and, of course, Andrew. Or I guess I need say his products. I have knee issues and was told I faced an operation. I instead began taking his glucosamine, MSM, and the turmeric 400. This was back in 2012, and as of yet, no operation. My knees feel fine. You helped, Andrew. Many, many thanks. Andrew, that's got to make you feel so good whenever you read these types of words. It's amazing.
And of course, my turmeric supplement, as wonderful as it isn't a substitute for medical advice or surgery, obviously. But what's wonderful about the turmeric, what's wonderful about glucosamine and chondroitin, and of course, any doctor will of course reiterate this, that whatever we can do naturally, whatever we can do to support our body's own natural healing mechanisms, those are of course desirable, and those are of course recommended. And I think now more than ever, in fact, the scientific charts I read, the recommendations in terms of glucosamine and chondroitin, those recommendations are given by medical journals discussing it being used by doctors in practice. So doctors now are using these natural modalities as part of a more, how would you say, a more open-minded and a more comprehensive approach to our wellness and to our health care. And certainly glucosamine and chondroitin and turmeric come with an incredible amount of validation in terms of supporting our joints.
We're going to head over this way. I know we're quickly running out of time. About 10 minutes before our today's specials launch. Choco Nouveau, the tastiest, most delicious chocolate in the world, and it's actually good for you. And CoQ10, the big one, is back as it always is. The annual tradition, best value on the world's finest CoQ10 product. So we're going to be talking about certainly feeling better, that sense of well-being and energy and so much more. But we want to move on to cinnamon, because when we talk about, when the topic turns to healthy blood sugar, Andrew, as you always say, the first line of defense to support in healthy blood sugar and also healthy insulin metabolism, right?
When you've been doing this as long as I have, which has been, I've been making supplements, manufacturing them for 41 years. And we make everything that I talk about here.
Right.
That I was always asked for a product that could help with supporting healthy blood sugar metabolism, helping to support healthy insulin metabolism. In the last 40 plus years, that has become even more a compelling problem and issue for our society. But for probably the first 30 years that I was making supplements, there was no specific ingredient with adequate scientific validation. Certainly, I could recommend B-complex vitamins and certain trace minerals like chromium would support healthy blood sugar metabolism, but nothing that could really make a meaningful difference beyond just nutritional support until the science started aggregating, the science started collecting on cinnamon bark extract. And that was about 10 or 12 years ago that we introduced our cinnamon bark extract. And it's a product that just has exceptional reviews. And again, it's an opportunity if you're making great decisions already in terms of your diet, if you're following your doctor's advice in terms of the medications, this is just a natural tool that helps all of those things work even better on your behalf. And certainly with what's going on in the world, I have to underscore that whatever recommendations your doctor's giving you in managing your blood sugar, whether it's medication or lifestyle recommendations, really take those recommendations to heart and follow them, because it's very important right now that we do everything we can to manage our blood sugar, manage our blood pressure, and follow our doctor's recommendations in that regard. And certainly cinnamon bark extract, it's a natural tool with wonderful science, great science, that just enhances whatever other good actions you're taking on behalf of your blood sugar level and your insulin metabolism.
And it's a great day to be able to shop as we celebrate 24 years of Andrew on HSN. We've got some wonderful special pricing, and this, of course, is right in line. We're looking at 30, 60, 120, or 240. Really big savings. Even the regular HSN pricing is extremely competitive. Really great value for money, but the special pricing takes it to another level. Even the largest size is just $44.90, saving you another $20. But Andrew, as you point out, this isn't just the regular cinnamon spice. This is being done in such a way to give you the maximum benefits.
Well, it will smell like cinnamon spice, and as Muriel and I'll sprinkle it on my oat bran, she'll sprinkle it on her little cappuccino, that it does have that taste of cinnamon, but is very, very, very differently created. In fact, we start from the same plant, but that cinnamon bark is specifically extracted and concentrated to deliver the active compounds that support this activity being supporting healthy blood sugar metabolism, supporting healthy insulin metabolism. So yes, we start with the same material, but instead of just delivering, say, that dried cinnamon bark, which is cinnamon spice, we have to extract the active components and get them up to a high enough level to deliver the benefits that you seek.
You got to give it a go. And again, one of the things that we really want to point out is that Andrew's products are all natural. There's no fillers, there's no binders. Andrew, one of the things I'm always proud to talk about is that it's all made from the energy of the sun, all solar power.
Yeah, we have, many people have said that solar energy just doesn't work, but that's our new building in front, and it almost doesn't look real. Those are the solar panels on the roof. As we need more energy, we have more room on the roof to add more solar panels. Our parking lot is covered with solar panels. That's the older building behind, covered with solar panels. So we make more energy than we need. So we have no carbon footprint whatsoever at that factory. So we not only do we make the most unique thing we do is we make all the vitamins that you see, we make them for you. Most companies rely on contract manufacturers. Probably 80–90% of the products out in the marketplace are made by contract manufacturers. We make everything. We have to make everything because they're completely unique, totally different, additive-free, 100% pure, unlike any other products you'll see in the marketplace. So we were forced to be a manufacturer, but we make sure we go about being a manufacturer, being responsible by, and not whether you believe in climate change or not, or global warming or not. The fact that we don't have a carbon footprint, that we don't burn fossil fuel, just means that we don't have to pollute in creating our products. So that's how we want to make sure that when we're delivering you a pure product, that we're not dirtying the environment in order to deliver you a completely pure product.
There's no downside to it. It's all wonderful, and that's why we're proud to be able to present it. Just before we move on to our next item, Andrew, always a partner product, of course, Berberine is also available. Right.
Berberine is something that's more recent. Unlike cinnamon, which you can take 1 capsule daily. I take 1 capsule. Some people take 2. But berberine is something that you need to take 1 or 2 capsules with every meal. But the clinical science, the medical reporting on berberine, it's incredibly powerful. 1 or 2 capsules with each meal in terms of, as we talk about cinnamon, in helping to manage and support healthy blood sugar and blood insulin metabolism. Incredibly effective in that area. Also helping support healthy blood lipids as well. So berberine is something that we're learning more and more about. I encourage you to do some research on that. It's from barberry root. So berberine is extracted from barberry root, and it delivers these incredible benefits, as I said, in terms of blood sugar metabolism and also lipid levels as well.
Well, we're talking obviously a lot tonight about giving our body what it so richly craves and deserves. One of those is cranberry and the wonderful benefits in tow, a great traditional ingredient that now has the validation of science. And it really seems to me, Andrew, every time we're on with cranberry, I feel like it becomes more and more popular, more and more people getting turned on to this and what it can do for them.
And recently, there was just a qualified health claim approved by the U.S. government for cranberry in terms of urinary tract and bladder health. So it's cranberry is something, as I alluded to before, kind of like turmeric, that there are certain ingredients that have gotten a tremendous amount of respect traditionally for hundreds of years or even thousands of years, and that's absolutely the case with cranberry. But what's always exciting about cranberry, what's exciting about turmeric, is that traditional recognition has been even exceeded by its technical scientific recognition today. So that's what's really exciting to me about cranberry. And reading the reviews on this product, I think this product is almost perfectly reviewed. I only read incredibly inspiring, compelling reviews about this product and its benefits in terms of urinary tract health, especially bladder health. So this is a product, I think it's either 4.6 or 4.7 stars or something like that.
4.8.
Oh, it's 4.8 stars. So that would make it about 98, 99% positive reviews, probably over 90% 5-star reviews. So if your bladder, urinary tract ever talk to you, and I think for all of us, even men, certainly as we get older with our prostate, we have similar experiences that women will tend to have more frequently throughout life. But this is one of those products, money back guarantee until the end of January. You could see how beneficial a cranberry product is when we take all of Mother Nature's goodness, and as I say with this product, our turmeric product, and then my job is to then get out of the way, deliver it as effectively as possible, but not get in the way of the wonderful benefits ingredients that this specific fruit, cranberry, when you extract it properly, can deliver.
It's so affordable as well. It's not an expensive product to buy. It's not expensive to try. Special pricing to celebrate Andrew's 24 years here on HSN, the world's first shopping channel. 30, 60, 120, or 240. The 240 saves you $20. Get it home on a flex pay, of course, so that makes it affordable. You know, a lot of us are drawn and driven to certainly cranberry in many, many forms, and you know, many of us have bought regularly this. We get the bottle of the cranberry juice, but Andrew, this is not that great for you, right?
No, that bottle probably contains probably about 8 cups. Well, it's probably 8 ounces, probably 32 there. So it probably contains 4 cups. Each cup probably contains about 40 grams of sugar. So it probably contains about 160 grams of sugar, 640 calories of sugar. My product contains no sugar. So you don't have to worry about any sugar. And frankly, sugar is not in the best interests of your probiotic environment for your microbiome. So sugar is really not going to favor your urinary tract and bladder. So if you're trying to make a positive difference, cranberry is certainly great. Cranberry juice is better than nothing, but you're better off getting cranberry without all the sugar.
It's something you've absolutely got to give a try. You've got till the end of January of next year to decide if you love it. And if you don't, of course, you can always return it to us for a full refund of the purchase price. Everything that Andrew and I have done in this hour, and I think we've done maybe a dozen products, Andrew, we've certainly gone on a whirlwind tour of everything. It's all on hsn.com. You can see all the reviews that are there as well.
And even more importantly, all of my products, whether it's my Digest Assure or my probiotic Friendly Flora or Ultimate Friendly Flora, all of my products during a visit until I think Monday or Tuesday, all of those products come with special pricing for the anniversary. So whatever you're due to reorder, even if I don't talk about it on air, don't think it is not at special price. Every single product I make is at anniversary pricing throughout the visit, throughout the weekend.
So with that being said, I know the clock is quickly counting down as we approach midnight. That can only mean one thing. Andrew and I are going to be taking you through our 2 today's specials. Again, stay in the ordering process. Obviously, we're still very busy on our cranberry and cinnamon. Quite honestly, a lot of you still ordering the Resveratrol as well, which is an amazing buy in the past hour. But as we head into Sunday on HSN, it's about 2 wonderful products. One is a delicious and nutritious chocolate called Choco Nouveau, and the other is one of the all-time greats, one of the most popular. It's going to be CoQ10. So without further ado, let's officially launch our best buy of the day.